slave master's name because he is the property of the slave master until he is redeemed. He is called Negro by him. Then this name means something that is dead, lifeless, neutral, not this or that. When you call yourself a Negro, you don't call yourself someone dead, a neutral person. So the so-called Negroes must be re-educated to give him the knowledge of self and the knowledge of those who deprive him of the knowledge of self in order to restore him back to his people. This knowledge of self will unite him unto his own kind of love, his own kind and self. In conclusion, the day of resurrection of the so-called Negroes, the day of so-called Negroes has arrived. They have lived overtime in bondage to the white Christians. The white Christians will not accept Islam. This is because Islam is a religion of truth, freedom, justice, and equality. They, the white race, have lost their power of attracting and rule over the black people of Asia. In their frenzied efforts to restore it, they are now running all over the world trying to deceive the black nation so as to allow them, the white man, time to continue their wicked rule of injustice. How must the God of righteousness begin? What part do you have of him in his beginning? He makes all things new. The first way to bring about something new is to change the way of thinking of the people. When you have removed from the people the so-called Negroes, the old-minded idea, you then can insert new ideas into their minds. This is done by the old being attracted by a new way of teaching and be given a new school of learning to condition their mind so that the thing that you are about to present to them is altogether new and different from what they have been accustomed to. This is what is going on now. Your mind has been prepared for something new that's about to take place. We've been in preparation. We've had a new way of thinking for quite some time now. Do you understand? You get our mind prepared for what Allah is going to present. Right. Allah always gets what he goes after. Master Prophet would not come here now. It's in other words. And then stay here for 3.5 years. He was the messenger here 40 years. And then take his message away. Both of them go and leave us on our own as though we are able to guide ourselves now. We can take what he taught and continue on with the thought. Do you understand? You're not able to do that in the midst of such a powerful world we're in right now, devils. Right. Allah has to take the power from them. We don't have no power to do nothing. We could not set up no government in his government. Do you understand? How are you going to come in and set your government up unless you overpower that government? Do you understand? There's a parable in the Bible. He said you can't go into the strong man's house and rule in the strong man's house unless you first bind the strong man. Try the strong man first. You don't have no power to do that. Remember now, he wasn't taught for us to rule him. Do you understand? He doesn't allow that, so don't even attempt that. He doesn't let us set up nothing of our own that he would be under. He said, oh, he got some black hairs and black governors. Those are black people with white minds. Right. He controls them. I want you to know they're just the puppets of the white man. You think the devil doesn't come in there and rule him? Oh, no. That government takes orders. There's a whole lot of devils that gives him orders. And he better obey them. He's got a black man out there that did this puppet, this front men, like this man, what this man's name is over the armed forces. Powell. Yeah, Powell. Yeah. That black man doesn't work. He got so many men telling him what to do. They just got him there in case they got some dirty work to go in and destroy some blacks. They're going to send him to do it like over in Panama. Right. You understand? Then they blame him. They would even send black women over there to Panama. Foolish, blind, deaf, and dumb black women walking around with guns, looking for the devil's enemy. They should have turned around. The enemy is sent them. That's when they should be shooting the one that's sent them. They don't never think about shooting their own enemy, do they? Where is it? I never will forget when the devil called me this on Hackford. I was so blind and dumb. Before I had gone, I was getting ready to go in a couple of days. I was marching to the house counting. I was a soldier already. Trucking over in the jungle. I was over in New Guinea. I had on a 45 pistol. I had on a carbine rifle. And I had a great big dagger. Walking around in the jungle. Show me where he is, boss. Thou should not kill. I'll kill thou for you, boss. That's how dumb I was. That's how dumb others were. They would even demonstrate. The devil had them back, you understand, and washing things, keeping things clean for the devil up on the front line. Our people are so blind, they went to marching. We don't like that, keeping our black people back there in safety. We want them up on the front line. Don't we have some little people? That's right. So the devil comes to the front line, kill all these niggas things. That's trying to protect them, but go ahead and kill them. They may be doing. That is ignorant. Now, the devil got you in the safety zone, and you demand to go up where the war is taking place. So we do have a job on our hands. I'm like the one that said, God told him, I'm going to assign you to the hardest job any man has ever had to do since early to do. And I bear witness. Anybody who thinks this is an easy job, get out there and try. Go out there and try to raise up one of our people. I used to tell them back there way before I'm like left, sometimes they get up, they want to. You ain't working fast. I'll take it to you. They go out there. I give you a whole year. Go out there and find 3. Raise up 3. Get him from scratch. Don't get one already raised up. Now go get 3. Never ever heard. Wake him up, clean him up, and make him donate just to you. I give you a year to do it. Then you find out how hard the job is. Remember that you must be taught every time you raise 2, you just raise in before yourself. That's right. Just think over that now. You raise up 2, one of them going to be enemy to you. That's right. Isn't that something to think about? Yes, sir. That's true. That's what you find out. You go out there and raise up to get your feet. You got a little temple. You got about 5 people in the temple. Take it to them. Already you got 2 of them on your job already. Right. That's right. So you will come here with your whisper in your ears. He ain't acting right. He ain't teaching right in the word. As soon as he gets up there, they're going to do him the same way. That's right. And yours the truth. Yes, sir. This constantly goes on. The meetings over, they all meet someplace and go talk about the one that's trying to help and trying to save. Right. They did God that way himself. They did the messenger that way. Right. Of course, they didn't know that was God. He was in disguise. Do you understand? If he come out and got this guy that had to kill them all. Right. He couldn't allow them to reject him. You understand? Knowing he was God, he couldn't permit that. Right. He allowed them to reject him and run him away, cast him out of the put him in jail. He said the reason why he did this, he wanted to show a messenger what a price had to be paid. Remember I just read there that we had to be redeemed? When you redeem them things, you have to go pay a price for it, right? That's right. If you got your watch down into the pawn shop there, you can't walk down there and say, okay, I come after my watch. It belongs to me. He said, do you have the redemption price? Right? Right? If you don't pay the redemption price, you don't get the watch, right? So that God's people had to be redeemed. So God had to come and redeem us. He paid the price. Right. Do you understand? Yes, sir. And it's written, he that would be my disciple must drink from the same cup I drink from. The cup I drink from is a cup of bitter water. Right. You shall be hated by all men for my name's sake. It doesn't say you're going to be loved. When you mention Elijah Muhammad's name, they hate you, right? Right. Just for his name's sake. Right. So we have a great thing to do before us. We have a great job to do. Our laws will bring about some changes very shortly now. We've already been judged. We're not going to be judged. We've already been judged. Do you understand? In fact, like Muhammad said, that the die has already been set. Right. All along, he was before he died. Right. I'm quite sure if they knew about Yaqub 8,000 years before he was born, 8,400 years before he was born, don't you think Allah knew who was who in America before he got here? Yes, sir. That means he could have gone and handpicked his family, members of the divine family, lost members of God's fellowship. Why, you could have handpicked this, right? If you would have done that, the other would have said, you didn't give me a chance. That was unjust. Right. So he come and teach everybody. Open the doors to everybody, all the so-called Negroes, right? Right. But he knew all the time who was the truth. That's right. He already knew. Now they don't have no excuse. Everybody has been taught. He said you must all hear the truth. Whether you accept it or not, you must all hear the truth. Right. And God will choose his chosen one when he gets ready. One day when he gets ready, he will chosen one will disappear out of his midst. Is that clear? Yes. Allah is aware of everything. You understand what I'm saying? That's why it says, many shall be called, but only a few shall be chosen. Isn't that the scripture? Yes, sir. 2 women shall be lying in bed. One shall be taken, one shall be left. It says 2 shall be lying in bed. 2 women shall be grinding at the wheel. One shall be taken, one shall be left. Right. Think over this now. 2 sitting side by side. One shall be taken and one shall be left. So remember, before you go out this afternoon, if you're not able to see this message, You didn't understand what was going on here today. It wasn't not you that rejected God. It's God that rejected you. He didn't see nothing in you that he wanted for his new world. He himself is going to set up. Behold, I make all things new. So he actually is selecting certain ones that he knows what's in you already. You're going to the hereafter. You could not take something into the hereafter that wouldn't be right. Otherwise, you disturb the new world. So if you're some old evil type of person, got all kinds of treacherous ideas and ways, he's going to leave you here, reject you, put you in the Belgian Congo. Let it stay there. He said for hundreds of years before someone out of our tribe will come back down to the Belgian Congo and teach your children. Just think of this. When I look and see our people in the streets today, in an ignorant manner, and the terrible fight that they're in, I know that's the divine chastisement of our law, because our law and its message came to save our people. They offered us salvation for over 40. They turned it down. He come and set you in heaven at once. They turned it down. Now look at it. Just look at our people. They got a curse upon them now. I mean, and there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing. I don't care how much money they spend. I don't care what educated Negro or white people they bring in. They can't solve these problems. It's written. If they reject Elijah, if Elijah don't turn the hearts of the father to the children, and the children to their fathers, the whole earth will be smitten with a curse, right? Is not the whole earth under a curse right now? We see divine and terrible things happening all over. Why is God bringing all these terrible things upon the people? He killed about 100 and 1,000. Why is he doing all this? He never did it before. The devil himself is saying, why are such terrible storms coming upon us that we haven't witnessed for 400 years? Why are all the people acting like, let's turn all these people's minds like they are, crazy like they are nowadays? Almighty God, Allah controls all things. So I thank you for coming. I say all praise be to Allah for our great leader to teach on the night of Sunday. And we can never thank Allah who came in first and master to our Muhammad. He is the God of gods, Lord of lords, and that's the God that we need to learn about. You understand? We don't really teach me about self. And you're looking for God, go look in the mirror. Just think over that now. How many times have you looked in the mirror and asked yourself, who am I? What is my purpose of being here? We all have asked that question, haven't we? Think about this. Who am I? Allah's going to put you on top of civilization. Give you everyone good, with money, good home, friendship, and all walks of life. We are turning it down. Turn it down for the devil and false prophets where he can get. So I thank you. It makes me happy when I see you coming to learn more about yourself so you can be better qualified to go into the hereafter or new world. You don't learn about our new world, learn about yourself. How can he take you into the advanced civilization if you don't want to prepare yourself? You understand? You must be prepared to go live in advanced civilization. That's right. Or you tear it down. That's right. You understand? Look what he's saying. Behold, when I make all things new. Eye has not seen, nor the ear heard. Think about it. Nor it hasn't even entered in the heart of man what Allah has prepared for those who wait on him. Think over this now. I mean, like Mama said, sisters, he said, at home he has wasted. I know some don't believe this. They think this is talk. But he said God told us, we don't tell them why. He said they have $17 million. He says, not up in the sky, on the earth in the sky, but in a secret place on the earth where no white man has ever been allowed to enter. No evil person is allowed to enter. The heaven that they all talk about is in the sky, but where in the sky? On a planet called Earth. I mean, like the woman talked to me, that of all the planets that Allah made, he said the Earth was the best one of them. Yes, sir. He put all the planets in the sky. Yes, sir. All of them rotating around the sun, right? That's right. He said since the Earth was the best of all its planets, more conducive to supporting life, he chose this one as his home. So the heaven you've been looking for is in a secret place on this earth. And if you go back and look in the Revelations, you can see there's a place on earth because it describes what's in the heaven. It said gates of pearls, streets of gold. Right. And it mentioned all these other, everything that they describe the heaven, all those stones can be found here on the earth, right? Right. Then if everything according to the heaven is on earth, probably you think it's someplace other than the earth. But the secret place. He said the white man has been searching ever since he came out of those caves. They call it Shangri-La, the Lost City. He knows there's a place like this. He's been searching for it, but he has never been able to